So we have with us Miss Ritika Mathur. Welcome to BW Business World. My first question to you is, what were your major takeaways from today's panel discussion?
Yeah. No, I think it was an incredibly insightful panel. I got a chance to hear from leaders of different organizations on how they are navigating some of the very real challenges when it comes to talent management, talent retention. I think key takeaways for me, one is how leadership's role is getting redefined in itself, right? The definition of leadership, how that is changing, that was one part. Second, we spoke in detail about how is it that leaders really need to become a lot more vulnerable and a lot more focused on empowering their teams to be able to become the best versions of themselves. And I think the third big piece that came out from the conversations on how technology is enabling some of these key decisions and the ecosystem for leadership, but how that technology really needs to be contextualized for the organizations. Strategy should be the one thing that should be driving technology rather than the other way around. So I think wonderful discussion, and I'm so privileged to have been a part of this.
So talking about challenges, companies across the globe are witnessing a great resignation. So how do you think, in the light of great resignation and evolving workforce expectations, how can leadership redefine employees' experience?
Right. I think one big part that we've all realized as a leader is basically the fact that conversations and regular engagement with our teams is very important, right? Having once in a year conversation as a part of a performance management process is not enough. You really need to understand the pulse of your employees, understand what their career aspirations are, and become a coach and a mentor to them to be able to give feedback on a regular basis on what they can do better, and also take feedback as how you as a leader can do better and how we as an organization can facilitate an ecosystem that helps them thrive. I think when we do those once in a while kind of conversations, we really miss the trick. We kind of do a checkmark exercise because people cannot really be reduced to a scorecard itself, right? Those regular conversations are very important. So when you talk about employee engagement and employee experience, that becomes one big part of the entire process itself.
So talking more about employees, do you think employees in India are comfortable talking about their issues with mental health at workplace?
Yeah.
And how much time do you think India will need when employee can go to her or his manager and talk about these issues like burnout and all these?
Yeah, I think the paradigm is shifting now to a more positive change, right? I think more and more younger generation particularly is becoming a lot more comfortable bringing those conversations up. But as leaders, I think it's up to us how we create that ecosystem of psychological safety for people to be able to actually approach and not be afraid of sharing what's in their mind, what is troubling them, or if they are not well, if they need some time off, right? So to answer your question simply, I don't know when. I can't put a timestamp to it. All I can say is it's moving towards the right direction. But as leaders, it's important for us to kind of ensure that progress continues and we create an ecosystem of psychological safety for our employees to be able to actually be forthcoming and share their issues and their challenges with each other.
Okay, so thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.